Hello and welcome to Press to Play, Mirror Gaming's weekly EAFC 24 show with me, your host, Lewis Barton. Today we have another jam-packed episode for you, talking all things FC 24. It's been a big week with the new winter updates, the holiday updates. We'll be talking everything about the new Team of the Group Stages promo, which has been leaked to come this Friday, talking about the Ultimate Dynasties promo, Team of the Week predictions, and we'll also be jumping in-game as well. And we'll also be ranking every promo in FC 24 so far, so you can get our thoughts on what we think has been the best to the worst in FC Ultimate Team. I'm joined by Nathan Bliss today, Mirror Gaming editor. Nathan, how are you doing? Have you got to grips with the new update yet?
Just about, I think. I played Foot Champs at the weekend, so I had a feel about for the new update, and I've got some thoughts. But yeah, thanks for having me, Lewis, on your show. Really appreciate it, and I'm sure we've got a lot to talk about today.
Yeah, well, I'll go straight into the newest thing that's happened in FC Ultimate Team. It's the upcoming promo, which has been leaked by some reliable sources on Twitter, which is the Team of the Group Stages. So, for everyone who doesn't know what Team of the Group Stages is, this is based around Champions League, Europa League, Europa Conference League, and the UEFA Women's Champions League, new for FC 24, that is. The best players in real life from that competition's group stages are set to get special items in FC 24 Ultimate Team. We've already had the Champions League, UEFA League, Europa League, Conference League, Road to the Groups, knockout stages cards. It was the first promo, I think it was, in Ultimate Team, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And now the leaks have come out. We're getting this team, but not only are we getting it, we know the players apparently already. It's a Monday. The promo's meant to start on the Friday, and we already know who's going to be coming into the team. I can share my screen now and just show you. This is the tweet that we have from a reliable source. This is Donk Trading, and he has had look at this list. It's massive. Every single
Yeah.
player that's meant to be coming in the FC24 Team of the Group Stages promo. Nathan, we know that leaks are just a part of the game now. We're going to get them every single week, no matter what. Usually we get them maybe the day before, 2 days before at most. This
Yeah.
is a whole week in advance. This is just going to kill the promo for me.
Yeah, and it's interesting that it's come from an account that normally doesn't leak stuff extra early. And I'm struggling to get my head round some of the player choices. Look, this isn't confirmed, right, by any means, but normally the leaks are correct. But if we look at some of the players that are in the list, yeah, I don't know, man. There's a lot of players that we've seen before, so I'm still 50-50 on whether this is actually the promo team. I'm going to be honest with you, but
Yeah.
if it is correct, to have it this early, I don't think we've had a promo leak this early for quite a while. So
Yeah.
yeah, but we can talk about some of the players,
Well, yeah,
which
this, I
look
mean,
interesting.
the list of players, this links back to what I was saying a few weeks ago, a few months ago when the game first came out, about we had so many big players so early on.
Yeah, yeah,
These big players are now performed as expected in the Champions League.
yeah,
What warrantly they're going to be getting a Team of the Group Stage card, but there are so many players now in this list that have already received a promo card in Ultimate Team.
yeah.
You pointed out a few to me in particular. Do you want to tell me those again?
Yeah, well, if you look at some of the cards mentioned, so Mbappe had multiple special items. Musiala was in Centurions. Griezmann's had multiple special items. I believe his last one was in Headliners. Jao Cancelo also in Headliners. Bellingham has had a few promo cards. Barella, not sure actually. Saka was in the road to the knockouts, and that's a live card, which is very strange. Rodrigo was in Headliners. Alvarez was in Headliners. Um, Klaus was also in Road to the
Yeah,
Knockout.
he was in the Rose of the Knockouts as well. Uh,
So, so hang on. So Saka has got a card that will constantly be getting updated throughout as Arsenal progress, which you'd expect them to, right? So, so this
yeah.
card is going to get just completely trumped by the other one. I just don't really understand the logic for them putting an 88 rated Saka in there when his road to the knockout is already 90. Is already
Yeah,
89, I
I
believe.
think if I'm Saka, Arsenal have progressed now. They're guaranteed
Yeah,
first place, so they're guaranteed to
yeah,
get through. He's now at 91 rated.
91.
As you can see here, he's now 91, which means for this promo card to be better than that, we're going to be getting a 92 rated Saka,
Yeah,
which is absurd, and
yeah,
it makes no sense to me. I have a feeling maybe this one could be wrong. It makes no sense to have the same player in two promos that are the same pretty much. A Champions League,
Yeah,
road to the
yeah,
knockout, team
yeah.
of the group stage. Go make it a hat trick. Give him a road to the final one next. So, I mean, it makes no
This
sense
se-
to me.
this seems like so. Just going back, when I said headliners, I meant Trailblazers, just because
Trailblazers, yeah.
the card design like so similar to headliners. I'm just so used to saying headliners. But if we look at the Trailblazers promo, Griezmann, Cancelo were both in there.
Yeah.
Rodrigo was an SBC. Alvarez was an SBC. This is basically the Trailblazers promo.
And
Like
that's
you've
the
got
problem.
four players.
That's the problem, like I said. You put all these big
Yeah.
names in early promos, and you
Yeah.
know you have these promos coming up like team of the group stages where these big
Yeah.
players are going to perform, they're going to play well, they're going to be the team
Yeah.
of the group stage. Like Saka, we look through his stats, 3 goals, 4 assists in 5 games so far. He's obviously going to be in the team of the group stage with the stats like that.
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham is also included, who hasn't got a... Has he got a promo card so far? I'm not too sure. I know he has a
Pretty
few...
sure he's got
He
a
must
few.
do. He must do. Yeah, he has a
he's had a few-
Trailblazer as well. He has he's also
Oh,
part
okay,
of
Trailblazer. There you go.
Trailblazers.
I told you, It's the Trailblazers promo again.
I saw, that makes sense, his inclusion, considering he also wasn't in the Ultimate Dynasties promo that we'll come on to in a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, you put all these massive big names in such an early promo, you're going to be recycling those names constantly throughout the year now, because they're going to get Team of the Year cards, Team of the Season cards, footies. There's so many promos. We're already at 9 promos, I think, and we're about 9 weeks in to the game.
Yeah. But I'm just looking at the Champions League group stages best 11 on Who Scored, which is a website that collate player stats and put together a team of the group stages. So their team has Pope, Cancelo, but also people like Jules Koundé, Rome, who's actually in there as well. Mikel Moreno, Gabriel Martinelli, Phil Foden. So there's a few players like Foden. I think definitely warrants an inclusion. Why not give one to Martinelli? Why not give one to Koundé? Why not give to these players that haven't had a promo card yet, or not as many promo cards? Why not give one to João Mario, Benfica, Hakim Ziyech of Galatasaray, Openda of RB Leipzig?
At the end of the day as well, it's a game. It's a video game. They haven't got to be 100%. Oh, but he was the best player.
Yeah.
Like we've seen it before with Team of the Weeks. They don't always pick the best player. They might pick someone who is better for the actual game side of it rather than the best player in real life. So Saka might have been technically the best, highest goal involvement player at Arsenal in the Champions League. Doesn't mean you got to give him a card. There's another 10 players in that starting 11 every single week who can more. They're top of their group for a reason. It's not just Saka. There's so many players who could be put in that haven't had a special card so far. One that comes to mind for me is Saliba, obviously. I don't think he's been in a promo yet, and he's a big player that if he was put in a promo squad, everyone would want to play with.
Yeah, absolutely. But if you look at the top scorers, Morata is joint top scorer with Haaland and Højlund. So obviously Haaland and Højlund were both in the current promo. So they can't put in there. So Morata, why not put Morata in there? You've also got players like Kane, Ivan Nielsen of Porto, Openda, like I said, of Leipzig. If you look at some of the assists, you've got Zaire Emery of PSG, who's been amazing in the group stages.
I'd love for him to get a special card. I think he's fantastic, and he hasn't got one yet because he's quite low rated. So it'd be great to see someone like him rewarded for actually playing well.
Rakitic, 3 assists. Like
he's still getting along, Rakitic.
Yeah, he is. He's still severe. Doing terribly in the league, but in the Champions League, they're not doing too badly. And Rakitic has been one of the standout players. Why not put someone like him in? I just don't understand why they have to go for the same old player. Again, this isn't obviously the confirmed team, but like if this is correct, like just pick some more. I think we had this issue in FIFA 23 towards the end, where like every promo had the same players in, and we were getting sort of sick of it. And now it feels like they were doing quite well, like with the relatives pro that we've got now. Radioactive had some different cards in. But now this feels like they're sort of going back to the trusted names again. It feels a little bit reductive, but I don't know.
It's like one that I might be really grumpy saying this, but I used to hate that Algerian player Atal got a promo card every single
week,
year,
absolutely.
multiple promo cards, because he had like one good card in like FIFA 20 that people liked, and they rinsed it for like 3 years straight. He's like he's not a standout player in the team in real life. He's not an amazing
Yeah.
player. He's like 74 rated, I think, this year. Um,
Yeah.
just like that, I'm waiting for him to get a promo card this year. I'm waiting for it because they always pick the same players, and it is annoying. And with the introduction of women's players as well, you'd expect them to maybe delve more into that. I don't think they have too much. Every promo is still ridiculously heavy on the men's side. I guess there is more players, but in the men's game as well, it's the same names. Like this promo, we'll move on to the Ultimate Dynasties promo now, which is the newest promo in Ultimate Team. The concept of this promo is siblings, anyone related in football who's still around. So icons included. So for example, you've got Zinedine Zidane, and he's not out yet, but we're gonna get his son. Is it Luca Zidane? He's set to come as well. You got Erling Haaland and his cousin. What's his cousin's name? It's No, that's not Hoyland. Brout Bruns. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the promo revolves around relations in football.
Yep.
In my mind, the concept of this promo is fantastic, but the execution has been poor. There are so many players in this team from leagues that are impossible to link. Really hard to link. You got two Copenhagen players. You've got a player here from, I think, the Danish division. You've got players from the Argentinian league. They should have done that. If you have two players related in the same team, they will both get full chemistry. That makes sense to me. A family chemistry, or even something like the Radioactive promo we just saw, where they had a boosted chemistry for being in a team. It should have been something along those lines. But what annoyed me with this promo is that once again we're seeing cards we've already seen in this game. The one that I think you messaged me about before when this promo squad was released was Ferland Mendy is included in this promo.
Again.
Who had a promo, I think it was Centurions, which was about 3 weeks ago. It wasn't a long time ago.
And it's still 700k. So what is the point?
There's no
of releasing a card that's 1.7 million now.
It makes no sense. And obviously in this promo as well, you can see this isn't the promo. You can see by some of the names included, they're not exactly going for the best leagues or anything like that.
No.
They're just going for relations. There are two twins, identical twins, who both play for Everton Women's. Include someone like that, boost their stats up high. They both get full chemistry, but no, you've gone and included Mendy again, which is a bit annoying. There are some good inclusions though. The Reece James Lauren James link I think is very nice. I like they both got the same rating as well. It's quite satisfying to see.
Can I just say something though?
Yeah, go
as
for it.
well. I'm gonna throw some names at you: Sane, Larson, Hagi, Oberdorf, Hoyland, Timber, Brout Bruns, Veron, Rivaldinho. That's 8 players in this promo. They're all at discard.
Really?
They're all.
Here we go. Bottom of the page.
Literally.
Yep. 10.
They're all 10,750, which means they're at the absolute lowest. The demand for them is not there at all. No one wants these cards. And then there's a huge step up. If you go to people like Timber, 200k. If you go to Nico Williams, 270k. Sane, 70k. Thuram, 375k. Zidane is basically discard at 17. Mendy's basically discard at 17. Mendy 1.7 million. Hoyland 350. Hernandez over 1 million. James 500,000. Lauren James 230k. The only ones that are in the middle are like Oberdorf, Florian Wirtz, Marcus Thuram of Inter as well is 30k. That's a pretty good card. Inaki Williams is like 30k. So there is a few, but like there's such a disparity, and I think what makes it worse as well is that you like the pack weight of these promos recently, particularly Radioactive and now this one. If you watch streamers who are opening these store packs that are like 300k or 500k or like 30 quid a pop, they're getting Zidane and Sane and Larson and Hoyland and Oberdorf, the ones that are quick sell. They're getting them over and over and over again. So there's like no point. Like there's just no point. What is the motivation for playing Foot Champs? Because you're just not going to get these cards. They're impossible. They're impossible to pack, and they're not obtainable through any other means because they're just too expensive. So I think this is a real a real L. And I
Yeah.
I actually really like Radioactive as well, but I think that was an L just because of how many. If you look at how many Messis were on the market, there wasn't any. There was never more than 10
Yeah.
on the market. There was just no one packing Messi. So what is the point? You know what is the point of doing a promo that no one can pack the best cars?
Exactly.
There's no
And then
incentive
the
for it.
cars that everyone is packing, again, the reason they're discard as well is because they're all the lowest rating, possibly, really, I think that it could be.
85
Yeah, and
should
if you
not
look
be
at,
in a promo squad.
like,
Nowhere near
do
it.
you know anyone who's using players from the Bundesliga 2?
No,
Like, and
no,
it's yeah, the
no.
leagues and the nation,
Yeah,
the league links especially, are almost
yeah.
impossible if you're going to
You
be
know what's so
competing.
annoying though is that Nico Williams, the 86 one, that was the only one that I would want. 4-star, 5-star, 95 pace, 80 shooting,
Yeah,
80 pace, 88 dribbling. It's 270k,
yeah, 4 star,
but
5 star. Yeah,
that's only because he's one of the only usable players in this promo. If there was a bunch of usable players, Nico Williams wouldn't be this expensive, but it's because he's the only usable one. So everyone, there's massive demand for this
yeah.
card. Um, So I blame EA because I really want him in my team and I can't afford him. So I'm very angry for that reason.
So
Also, that he can play left, mid, right with.
yeah,
That's a
I think
really good
again,
card.
like most promos, which is what I've said quite a lot recently, is you get the god tier cards,
Yeah,
and then you
yeah,
get
yeah,
just discard value, and there's nothing in
yeah,
between, and they've really
yeah,
lacked with that recently.
yeah, absolutely.
So
Although I will
yeah,
put my hand up and say that I packed 2 icons
yeah,
in the last
you
week.
did. I packed Veron's 87, which is like 25k, and that actually annoyed me. I was going through it and being like, I just packed an icon. I can't believe I've just packed an icon, and it cost
Yeah,
me 25k. Like that
but
is
that's another thing,
unheard
isn't
of.
it? That's another thing though with these icons. Like there are some that you just don't want, and how sad is that?
I know.
An icon should be a really like special experience, and you pack an icon, it should be, oh my god, this is amazing. And I've packed Larson and Cliver,
Yeah,
um, the 89 Cliver and the 88 Larson. That it's barely 100k for both cards. Like it just
it's
ruins
yeah,
the whole, it ruins the whole thing of having icons in the game. That's my opinion
no,
personally.
I fully agree,
Larson, the 87 Larson's 19k.
and that's the point. That's the problem I have with the amount of cards that are coming out. It's
Yeah, yeah,
that's why they're that low. Icons used to be like, oh my god, if you got an icon, it's ridiculously
yeah,
lucky.
yeah,
I'm glad there's more ways to get icons now, but they've just done too much of them, I think, and that's the reason we're getting ridiculously cheap ones.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm complaining because I'm packed one. I feel like if I was trying to build a team and there was an icon for 17k, great. But yeah, when you pack an icon and then you're like, oh, it's only worth 20k, 30k, it takes that feeling of excitement away.
Yeah. I've got no problem with icons being unpackable, personally.
Yeah.
I've got no
Okay.
problem with it because they are supposed to be these like top tier, almost like god cards.
Mm.
They're like, if you get one, it is amazing. I've got no problem with that because like that's something to aspire for. Like with the icon SBCs, for example, you can work towards them. You know,
Yeah.
it's something to really work towards and like really focus on. But like I don't like how icons have been sort of the name of the icon sort of has been like sullied in a way where
Yeah.
like anyone could pack one, everyone's got one. It doesn't sit right with me. I'd just rather they be impossible to get,
Rather than be
honestly.
like a proper
Yeah,
luxury, rather than extremely accessible, because that's the
exactly.
point
Yeah.
of them. They should
Like
be a luxury.
you look at Ronaldo at 10 million coins. You look at Ronaldinho at 9 million coins. Johan Cruyff at 7 million coins. Mia Hamm at 5 million coins. Ronaldinho 5 million coins. I'm never gonna get those cards. I don't think unless
No.
I'm very lucky.
Hmm.
But I'm okay with that because like they're amazing, and like it's sort of like it's more of an idea of what they are. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just don't really like the way
So, yeah.
they've filtered them in
All in all,
personally.
you'd say that Ultimate Dynasties is a flop promo. Not good.
I don't like it. I don't like
Okay.
it at all.
Well, luckily for
Yeah.
you, we can start ranking these. I've built a
Okay.
tier list
Okay.
ranking of all
Yep.
promos so far in EAFC 24.
Yep.
As you can see here, this is the promo. There's categories of GOAT, great, good, fodder, and discard.
Okay.
So, We're going to go through all 9 promos, and I want you to give me your thoughts and your ranking on where you think they should be in this, and we could decide what's been the best and what's been the worst, and if promos in general in FC24 so far have just been a bit of a flop.
Okay.
So the first promo we'll start off with, we'll go in order here. We've got a little Ronaldinho Thunderstruck icon. So Thunderstruck promo with upgradable icons and regular players based on real life performances. Personally, for me, this has probably been my favourite promo in FC24 so far, because there was so many players that came. You got icons, and then you got a whole bunch of men and women players. And the best part about it was all 3 men's players, women's players, and icons all had different upgrade paths. I love live promos. I think they're really fun. It gets you more interested in what's actually happening in real life as well. So personally, for me, I'd have this in GOAT tier. But what do you think about the Thunderstruck promo?
This is probably one of my favourite promos ever.
Really?
Like in
Ever?
any esports game. Yeah,
That's a
I
big
genuinely,
shout,
I'd rate it as that high. If you look at like the icons that released, I know we were just moaning about icons being released, but like they did it right.
Yeah.
If you look at the players, Sol Campbell, Ballack, Xabi Alonso, Pires, Van der Sar, Cantona. I know there's like skulls and that thrown in, but like you look at the players, they're really, really good. And they're upgradable. And then you've got players like Diani, Katoto,
Yeah, Katoto.
Neymar, Vinicius Junior, Bernardo Silva, Hemp, De Jong, Little, Lukaku, Depay, Frimpong, Varane, Fekir, Emre Can, Ansu Fati, players that like aren't in every promo. Like there's just a really nice balance. And I think the thing that made this extra special for me was like the fact that they did those 10 and 30 coin packs. They did a lot of ways to get them with like upgrades. They did a lot of SBCs, a lot of objectives. I just think all round, I cannot remember a time when I spent more time on the companion app than with this promo. I was on it all the time.
And
I
also
was like checking it all the time.
the
It was amazing.
SBCs that were released as well were actually very fairly priced. I thought
Yeah,
we had.
I did De Jong.
Yeah, there was De
I
Jong
did
that
De Jong
came out.
and Depay
A
as
lot of
well.
people did De Jong and Depay. Icons wise, they brought up Dalglish and Ballack, who I think Dalglish was around $1 million. But when you're upgraded based on Liverpool and you expect them to win games, it's fair. Same with Ballack and Leverkusen. He was about 400k to upgrade, which I think again was worth it for an icon. It's a price they probably should be at. And with the players included in the promo, again, I like the fact that the base cards are already quite good. The upgrades were generous, and they're players we haven't seen before. And I also like the upgraded plus play styles, because we know how important they are this year. And it's nice just to not see +1 rating, +1 rating, +1 rating. It adds a bit of variety to it. So, are we happy to put this one in the GOAT tier?
100%.
100%.
As well, it's sort of like you just mentioned there as well with the upgradability. Like I'm really like keeping an eye on the games that my players are involved in, because like, I've got Depay. I know they won at Euro. They won against Almeria at the weekend, and they were like holding on at the end for 2-1, and I was like refreshing it as that game was going on, because I wanted Depay to get his 2+ play styles. And then obviously Barcelona lost at home to Girona, which means that De Jong will not get to 90, but he might get 2 play styles. We'll see. But I've really liked that sort of the game, the real life game, and this video game sort of combining. I've really liked that. I'll put it in GOAT tier. It's been one of my favourite ever promos. Honestly,
well, like you said,
amazing.
I'm a Liverpool fan anyway, and I'm always gonna be rooting for Liverpool, obviously. But then I've also got Joe Gomez's card in my team. So the last 2 games where we've been behind in like the 85th minute, and then you go and win the game, you're cheering like, we actually won the game. And it's like, but then Gomez gets an upgrade, and it just adds to it. I think it's a bit like fantasy football. It's like something else on top of the result, and you keep an eye out. But I definitely say that's been the best promo so far in FC24, and
100%.
as you said, one of the best ever potentially.
Yes.
Next up is the FC Pro Live, another promo which is based on something outside of the game. This was the first ever promo based on an esports competition, the FC Pro Open. Again, a live promo. I love the idea of it.
Yeah.
I think the idea of basing it off esports is something which is really good. It's building up the attention. It's building up the sort of, what's the word for it? I can't even think now.
Like the reputation of the pro scene.
Yeah,
like
exactly. Yeah, people
Getting
are now
people to watch it.
watching it. There's rewards in game to make people watch it. It's making people more aware of the esports community and what's happening, the players involved. Obviously, each player being paired to an actual pro player as well is really interesting. And again, another thing I liked about this promo was the players included. No one in that squad, I would say, I ever expected to get a promo card. Like William being 88 rated from launch, that was a surprise that he was the highest rated one. And I
Yeah.
like it. It's new names.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's been a great promo. I think it's pushing the GOAT category. The only problem I'd say I have with it is the upgrades are taking a long time because it's the actual esports competition is spread over so many weeks that by the time they get their final upgrades, they might just be a bit behind the power curve. That's the only downside I'd say. But what are your thoughts on FC Pro Live?
I think I'd put it in the. I wouldn't put it in the GOAT tier.
No.
Are we calling GOAT tier S tier? Is that how we're doing it?
We'll say
Is
S
that how
tier.
you-
Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't put it in the S tier. I think it's on for me. It's on the verge of A to B tier, just because there's a little bit of mystery around how the players were picked, and it does seem I do like the players that are picked, but it doesn't seem to be very much like the pros haven't come forward and said, "Oh, we picked them." Like
Yeah.
I'm not sure how it was picked, whether it was like random or whatever. Uh, Also, the fact that there's no La Liga players really annoys me.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess you're building a La Liga team, then yeah, that would annoy you.
But if you're doing a promo like this, why not make every league represented? Like I don't really understand that personally. But that's just a very me thing. That's very specific to me, I suppose. But
But
so
no, I
that's why
agree.
I'd put it between A and B.
La
but-
Liga's a top 5 league, and to have no La Liga cards in a promo is quite surprising.
Three is there three cards from the Saudi league?
Yeah,
and
quite a
none
few
from La
Saudi
Liga?
league. There's one from
Come
the.
on.
And there's definitely maybe 1 or 2 cards from the Eredivisie as well. So,
Yeah.
a few more uncommon leagues, but. Yeah, I'd say I agree with you. I'd say it's in between that good and great. I think the upgrade's taking too long. The point you made, I think, is really good about who actually selected these players. No one's really come forward and said. And to be honest, I
Yeah.
think if I was a pro selecting a player, I wouldn't pick some, midfielder from Ajax. I'd be picking people who
No.
are like meta in game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll be happy to put this in the good tier then. I'd say.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Just around the play, I just want to clarify. I think every promo you have like a story with it, So like obviously, team of the group stage, like players that perform really well in the group stage. We had Centurions, people that got to 100 wins, 100 goals, or whatever. Like there's always a story around them. You look at Radioactive was more around like players that you can't really fit into a team very easily, making them fit more easily. With this FC Pro one, they're interesting cards, but like there's no sort of reasoning behind it. Like there needs to be, for me, if it was like every pro came out and was like, I chose Mane because he's my favourite player, I chose Willian because he's my favourite player, like that would be amazing. But like the fact that it's just sort of random and like as you said, upgrades take ages, there's no sort of communication around like, oh, watch the this pro tournament this week because Kylo Moani might
With
get an
Sky
upgrade.
VIP, enjoy
not really
a
that
very merry
communication,
movie
so
night in.
I personally
We're giving
think,
away
like,
the
maybe
Grinch
high
in
B,
Sky
but I
Store,
do want to put it
and
at
with
A
thousands
overall.
of Cadbury
You've got the
treats to be
problem.
won. Cozy up
It's
on
an
the
advert
sofa
playing
and
somewhere.
indulge.
Can you hear that?
Find out more on the My Sky app.
No.
Okay, I had a very loud Sky advert play.
Are you on Footbin by any chance or some
Foot
sort of
GG.
website?
I
Foot
think
GG. Foot GG doesn't have adverts, does it?
it must be this
Does
tier ranking. Oh, I think it was this one here.
Oh, okay.
The volume is
Apologies.
on low, but if anyone
Apologies to
heard that-
everyone that heard the advert.
Yeah, this here is muted, but I don't know what happened there. But yeah, very
Oh,
loud.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
But yeah, a good tier for that one. Next one,
Okay.
Trailblazers. Now, this is
Okay.
an interesting one for me because there were a lot of good players released in this promo, high-rated players, but there was also a lot of players who would not be used the week after this promo. It was a 2-week promo based on players who had performed well at that point of the season. This was the second or third promo, I think, released. Maybe the second promo released in Ultimate Team after release, so quite early on.
Yeah.
I don't know about this one because I didn't like that we had Mbappe, Salah, Griezmann, Caroline Hansen, Son,
Yeah.
all getting promo cards 2 weeks into the game.
Yeah.
It's a mixed one for me because again, this was the first promo that I really saw the divide between these ridiculously good cards and then just like discard price. There was nothing in that middle gap. And I know there are still a lot of players in that team who are usable now, but only a few of the good ones. Like obviously, you got Caroline
Yeah.
Graham Hansen in your team. A few of
Yeah.
the top tier cards are still being used, but anyone below, I'd say, 85, 86 rated is completely outdated, I'd say now.
Yeah. I would put this in B purely because you've got five, five. You've got five. Hang on, I'm just gonna think. Five. You've got you've got 8 players
Okay.
rated at 84 and 2 players rated at 83, which are going to bring the pack weight right down. So you have got this like, oh, you can get Mbappe, but like when you look at the actual weight of it and the players that you actually are going to get,
Yeah.
you're going to get the Acosta or like the Girassi or Wagner, the Di Lorenzo. You're not going to get Mbappe, Salah.
No.
Saying that, I did pack
Caroline
Caroline Graham Hansen. But like, I have not seen another player that I've played against with that card.
Yeah.
So I would give it a B. There's just too many low rateds for me. But
Yeah,
like
I
some of the
agree.
cards, yeah,
'Cause
some of the cards are really good. But yeah, I
if
don't know,
you've
man.
if you've hit 11 wins or above in Champions finals, you get those
Yep.
campaign bag picks or
Yep.
player packs now, which
Yep.
include Trailblazer items. And then the 3 of those I've opened since they started doing that. I think all 3 have been 84 rated Trailblazers.
Yep.
Because the pack weight is just so low. So yeah, you could get
Yep.
Mbappe or Son or Salah or Hansen, but the
Yep.
odds are you aren't. And for that, yeah, I think B tier seems fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Is
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
B tier is fair.
I'm happy with that.
Next up, Centurions promo. This was another one which was quite early. I'd say maybe 4 or 5 weeks into the game. This was the first promo to include icons as well. So the first promo that didn't just include regular players. An interesting promo, I'd say. Again, this was the one that you spoke about earlier. The theme of this one was players who have hit 100 or a century in a stat in their career. That could be games played, goals.
Yep.
But when you actually think about it, most players have played 100 games in their career, so anyone's really eligible. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it was all right. The icons were good at the time. They weren't too high rated, but to me, it's quite a forgetful promo.
Yeah, I would put it on the same as the Trailblazers. However, the interesting thing about Centurions was the evolution.
Oh
So the
yeah,
evolution that was released made players like Munyain or Dunk or Anderson or Moises Simon
Yeah.
or Andrick or Lacazette. They actually made them usable through that evolution. So I would put it just a step above Trailblazers, 1 for the icons and 2 for the evolutions, just because I think there was a little bit more variety in this promo. And it was interesting that you mentioned it was like the third, fourth one. It was actually the third promo, and it was released straight after Trailblazers. And it seemed like they looked at Trailblazers and like, oh, okay. There's not many people looking at the there's not many people looking at the low rated cards. Oh, and there's no icons. Okay, let's change that and let's do Centurions. So it feels like EA did learn from Trailblazers
Yeah.
going into Centurions. So that's what I liked about it. I also love the Pedri card, who is now in my team. Absolutely unbelievable card. But I'd go A tier. I'd go A tier
Yeah.
for this one. And if you look at like the SBC, the Pirlo SBC was priced amazing for
Yeah, that's very true.
an icon
Yeah.
that's 92. Odegaard at 90 was only 400k on that SBC. He had Danilo Pereira as an objective, I believe, as well. I would put it as A.
Yeah, I agree. Do you know what?
Honestly,
I completely
yeah.
forgot about that evolution. And
Olga
that's-
Carmona, Evolution.
Yeah.
She gets so good as well.
But that's one we haven't seen since.
That's true. Yeah.
And that's annoyed me because I've been
Yeah.
waiting. There's been a lot of players around that 84 rated mark that I think could be even better at 86 with an evolution, and there just hasn't been the opportunity. And I
I
think
wonder
that
why. I wonder why.
it's
they haven't
weird.
done
Yeah,
that again.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's a missed opportunity because it got
Yeah.
quite good feedback. That evolution, but yeah, for that alone, I agree. I
They
think
did it with Radioactive though. To be fair, they did
was
the
it
Radioactive.
where you put
upgrade.
radioactive players into it? Was it? Yeah. Okay. Well, I might
Oh
have missed
no, I
that.
don't. I think it was any player.
That was
but
any
you-
player. Yeah.
But you got the Radioactive chemistry boost.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
So that's what happened with Gavi, with my Gavi.
got the chemistry boost
He
as
got
well.
2 chem on default by going into the evolution, which I found really interesting.
I think evolutions have just helped the game in general. Really, there's been
Oh, yeah,
a lot of good
absolutely.
evolutions. So yeah, we'll put
Absolutely.
this one in the A tier. We'll put this in great.
Yeah, sorry, I've got ahead of promo already. Sorry about that. Yeah.
We'll put this one in great. Yeah, that
Yeah.
that was a good
Yeah.
one. Next up
Yeah.
is the first promo we had. Well, technically the first. If you don't
Yeah.
count one of the other ones, I'll be getting onto later. Road to the Knockouts. There was 2 weeks worth of promos.
Yep.
A lot of players released. Obviously, you got Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, and Women's Champions League. I mean, for the sole reason that the Champions League road to the final, Baka is in my team and is one of the best players in the game. I want to put this in GOAT tier alone.
Okay.
But no, I won't do that. That's a bit biased. I have, yeah. Again, it's a bit of a mixed one for me because there have been so many like SBCs with it's like, oh, get an 84 plus road to the knockout, and then because there's so many 84 rated or 85 rated,
Yeah,
they're all you get.
yeah.
The pack weight's really low.
Yeah.
It did get on my nerves a bit how, yeah, like I said earlier on when we were speaking about the team of the group stage leak, that so many big names were included that you knew would perform.
Yeah.
That got under my skin a bit.
Yeah.
A live promo, like I said, I like live promos. Again, it keeps
Yeah.
you interested in the what's happening in real life.
Yeah.
A card that jumps out to me was the João Pedro Europa League Road to the Knockout.
Yeah.
I think he's like 73 rated normally. He got like an 86 rated card, which is now like,
89.
I think 89 it is now. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
89 rated, and it looks incredible. So that shows
It's in
you
a lot of teams. It's in a lot of teams.
that shows you
Yeah.
how that's how it works well. The Modric card was really good. I think that's evolved quite nicely with the upgrades.
Yeah.
So I'd probably put this in the good tier again. I'd say there's not enough to make it great or GOAT tier, but it wasn't horrendous. I don't know.
The amount of times I've seen Bonucci
Yeah.
on the packing screen, just I would I'd probably put it B.
Yeah.
If it was me, just because it was like it's just bog standard. What we've seen in years gone by, no real changes, same format, but just now with two 83s, a couple of 84s, a couple of 85s, a couple of 86s, and then you get into players that are like never going to get upgraded. I just maybe they should have done it on more of a like a team of the week style thing, where if they score they get an upgrade or something. I don't know, but
Yeah.
it just felt a bit samey for me. That would be. Me,
It also
but
seemed like
again,
they didn't really know what to do with the Women's Champions League because it started off with the upgrades before the actual competition began. They were upgrading players who were in the qualification stages.
Yeah.
And then they released that Baka SBC about I don't know 4 weeks into the game. Because that's when the competition actually started.
Yeah.
So it seemed like they were still a bit unsure how to go about that. But
Yeah,
I wouldn't
true.
say any complaints. I'd say B tier, sort of middle tier right now, and I'd say in general it's quite a middle promo for me. So are we happy
Agreed.
putting this in good then?
Agreed. Yeah. Agreed.
Right, next one, Radioactive. I know you like this one because of the chemistry boost and some of the players involved. Do you want to take the lead in this?
I do like it, and I like the evolution that came with it. But I did not see one Benzema, one Messi, one Sam Kerr, one Valverde, one Kante, one Araujo, one Kvaratskhelia, one Mazurai, Oshoala. I did not see one person, whether I'm playing against them or watching streamers or anything like that, I did not see one of these cards get. I think this is the worst promo in terms of pack weight I've ever seen.
Wow, really?
If you look at let me just go onto my web app right now.
Yeah,
We'll do this live. We'll do this live. How many Messis do you think are on the market? Radioactive Messis are on the market. Do you have a guess?
Like 40 or 50, I'd say.
So normally that's what you'd expect, right?
Yeah, for a player of that sort of level, yeah, definitely.
So Messi, let's have a look. Lionel Messi, rarity, radioactive. Let's have a look. On the market right now, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Only 12. And what price are they
There's
at?
12. Messi is currently at 2.3 million.
Okay.
There's
That's
12.
very low pack weight then, definitely.
How many packs are being opened daily, do you think? Like we're into the hundreds of thousands maybe
Oh yeah,
packs
definitely,
daily.
definitely. And there's been so many special packs available in the store with
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Uh,
For there to be
inclusions.
12 Messis on the market. When I looked when the promo was running, I think it was like the third or fourth day. I was like looking at, oh, maybe there's a chance I'll pack Messi, like doing foot champs, and there was like 4 Messis on the market.
Yeah.
And it's just, how do you even? That is so low. It is just like, so. I think I really love the premise of the promo. I think it's great. I think the upgradability, no, not the upgradability, the chemistry style, the ability to fit these players into different teams. I think that's a great idea. The evolution was a brilliant idea as well, to get players that can't fit in your team into different teams. I really enjoyed that. But the pack weight on this one was so bad. Like, I cannot put it any higher than an.
Oh,
I would go B.
B. Is it just
B,
not,
B
is it,
Virgin on A because of just the low
Yeah.
pack weight.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with
Maybe
you.
an A for the evolution.
I still think
that's
as
the
well.
yeah.
My only thoughts was I don't like the card design really at all. I just
Yeah,
think it's
that's
so
true.
harsh compared to the player images. It just doesn't suit it as well.
Yeah,
And I
that's
also
true,
think some
yeah.
of the players selected could have been better. I don't think Araujo is that hard to link considering you play for
No,
Barcelona
no.
and La Liga.
Ericsson, Guardiola,
Yeah, there are some.
Zinchenko.
Yeah, it's just
yeah.
like, oh, they're not in one of those most popular nations, and they must be hard to link. But yeah, I put this in the good tier as well. I'd say.
Okay, yeah.
For me, it would have been good tier / fodder tier, just because I don't know. For me, it was a very average promo. It didn't
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
do anything for me. I don't know. It went so quickly as well. It was like, oh, that promo that everyone will forget about. I don't know. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, just 1 week and then it was gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I can't see it being one that comes back next year, to be honest, because we
No.
see that sometimes, and I don't think it
Yeah.
got a great reception from the community. So, yeah, we'll put that in good tier for now. Next up is the current promo, Ultimate Dynasties. Yeah, I've not been a fan of this promo. Icons are included. There's only I'd say apart from Zidane and Maldini, the icons included aren't even that good, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's a few players who are, I'd say, pretty good, usable, but there's a lot of fodder. Hence, why I think they should be going into the fodder category.
Too many cards, too many low rated. The icons have been made worse. They're too cheap. Don't really like the card design. Yeah.
And also, yeah, the amount of players, when I was getting this
Yeah.
article ready
Yeah.
for the 6 p.m. embargo when it came out, and I was having to write out a list of about 40 players.
Yeah,
it was.
yeah,
I
it's
couldn't
too
believe
much.
how many were released, and also they've released that Zidane SBC. It's a 92 rated Zidane, I'm pretty sure, and I
Yeah.
think it costs about 1.8 million to complete.
Yeah.
Stats wise, he has less stats than Pateas, who is about maybe a few hundred K.
Yeah.
I just think they got it wrong.
Yeah.
I think if they gave siblings who are in the same team, not siblings, but the family-related players in the same
Yeah.
team, like a full chemistry just for being in the same team, that would make
Yeah.
it a bit better. But they didn't do
100%.
that, and I feel like they missed a
And they
trick
can
there.
do that because they showed us they could
Yeah,
with radioactive. So,
Exactly. I think they've missed a trick there,
that's
to be
okay.
honest.
100%.
So I'm happy to put this in fodder because I just don't
Yeah.
think it was very good.
Agreed.
Next up, we're getting towards what I think are the worst ones now. Triple threat.
Discard.
Extremely forgettable.
I don't even
Really
want to talk
poor
about it, Lewis.
inclusions. I can happily put that in discard as well because
Let's just discard it.
when I was
Who-
making this tier
Yeah.
list, I was looking through the promo players and I looked through Triple Threat and I was like, what a pointless promo.
Yeah.
It was just-
Terrible.
well, I want to actually. I'll take us over to FootGG just to have a look at the actual players included, just because there was heroes in it, and there were a few good heroes, but not heroes you'd ever get because there was Yaya Toure and Ginola. You're not.
No
gonna
one's
get
going
any
to
of
use
those.
any of these players. Like, they're not usable.
got
They're
triple
not
threats.
upgradable.
And where is he? Triple Threat heroes.
Yeah, they're not upgradable. They're not usable.
Right. Ginola 3.6 mil. Toure 1.9 mil. That squad is really poor.
Yeah.
It's a really, really poor squad. There's no one here
It
that
is.
really stands out to me. You got
The
a
only
few
player that's
players.
usable, I would say, is the Cascarino, Kimbembe, and Karchoy. How do you pronounce the name?
Uh,
Kar
where is it?
Karchoy,
The fullback.
the left back. Yeah, the PSG left back.
That's like Karchawi or something. Yeah.
Karchoy. Yeah, they're the only usable cards, and even then, they're way out of
So
everybody's
I
price
did
range.
I tried completing the objective side of it. So I got the Madison objective done.
Yeah.
I had the Neville SBC as well, and I didn't do the King SBC that was available because I felt I used his loan. It felt awful. These players
Yeah.
were behind the power curve after about a week, and
Yeah.
if you look at these players here, there's quite a few. I think in Centurions it was similar. You didn't have many low rate. You only had a few. But these players I thought would be great in an evolution. I was expecting more, to be
Yeah.
honest, after Centurions.
Yeah.
The fact these
Yeah.
players weren't able to be upgraded annoyed me a bit because
Yep.
these were all I packed all 4 of these, by the way. The only ones I actually packed because they're the lowest rating ones, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy to put that in discard because, again, the promo idea wasn't even that good. It was just
Yeah.
3 players who can sort of link together, but then when you put them in the team, they didn't all get full chemistry, which made no sense
Yeah,
to
we
me.
got a comment from Adam L. Love the new background, Lewis. Can we get a 4 face from Lathan on it? Adam, I'm working on that. Don't you worry. I've also got beat him up Darmy. Thiago's usable, but his stamina lets him down. Yeah, but the thing is, he's already behind the power curve when
Yeah.
he was released, so it just makes it
And if you
a card should not be running out of stamina.
yeah, I think
in
this
a
Thiago
promo
card
team.
because I run a Liverpool past and present team on the side of my normal team and ultimate team, and I looked at this card. I was like, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Then there's an evolution out currently which I could put his normal card into that gave him better passing and dribbling, which are his 2 best stats. So it made the
Yeah.
card completely pointless. But
Yeah.
what annoyed me was like, yeah, half these players, like if I put Madison, King and Neville, which is the Tottenham trio, into a
Yeah.
squad, they don't get full chemistry because Neville's got 1 English link,
Yeah.
2 English links, but no league links because they don't link WSL and Premier League.
Yeah.
Yeah, just all in all, very forgetful. Won't be coming back next
Absolutely.
year. And
Absolutely.
lastly, I don't know if you can count it as a promo, but it's technically a promo.
With Sky
the Nike
VIP,
promo,
enjoy a very merry.
the Avrops
Oh,
promo
yeah.
again.
Discard.
Yeah, discard.
Yeah.
I think the dynamic images are quite cool. The fact they gave them the night kit and stuff, but to not even
Why not just give
upgrade
him a little bit of a
a little
boost,
upgrade,
you
or
know?
even a position
Yeah.
change or something. There
Yeah,
was
so
no
weird.
there was no position changes. There was no
There was the
playstyle
objectives,
changes.
wasn't there? But like they didn't give you enough,
No.
like enough to go and buy one. You know?
No, it wasn't
yeah, a bit
enough.
strange.
It wasn't enough to like. It was if you can get access to this promo, if you spend
Yeah.
extra money on our game,
Yeah.
you're paying money to get access to this promo, which then you got 1 player on loan for like 20 games.
Yeah.
They were impossible to pack unless it was Enzo Fernandez because they're 91 rated or whatever, and there was
Yeah.
no stat change. So yeah, this is our final tier list. Then, are you happy with this? I'd say I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
I'd say goat tier, definitely Thunderstruck. A few discard ones and a few average ones. So EA, step it up with the promos. We're expecting more goat ones. Team of the year soon, hopefully getting that.
Yep.
The way the leaks we've seen, I'd say even the group stage one could be team of the group stage would be in the good category,
Yeah.
rather than great. But it's not been a fantastic start to Ultimate Team, I'd say, this year.
No, there's been a few
No.
standouts, but let's hope some of the promos that are coming out, like hopefully Winter Wild Cards, obviously Team of the Year as well is coming up. Hopefully they'll hit a bit more. But Beat 'em Up Dom has got a really good point. I think EA should stop with the non-stop promos every single week. Yeah,
I agree.
I think the problem is if they do that, if there's a promo that doesn't quite hit, and then you don't have a new promo for 2 weeks, what are you playing the game for?
Yeah.
You know?
And I think they've reached
That's
the
the
point
thing.
of no return now. Like,
Yeah,
you think back a decade, it was, Team of the Week squads, and that was it. Then you got Team of the
Yeah.
Year, Team of the Season.
But the Team of the Week squads are just like, I personally think they should just bin off Team of the Week because it's just pointless.
Yeah, unless you keep it with the
I-
power curve. I like the fact
Yeah.
they have minimum ratings now.
Yeah, that's true.
I like
yeah.
the fact they have, like, right now, the lowest rated possible is 83. I quite like that. But
Yeah.
the higher rated players, the feature Team of the Week should be better. They haven't really
Yeah.
introduced the Playstyle Plus element.
No.
They said they did it for Garnacho, fair enough. They gave him the Acrobatic Plus after his goal against Everton, which I liked.
Yeah.
But we need to see more of that. We need to see.
I haven't done it again. Yeah.
I'd say we're at a point in the game now where they can afford to give every single Team of the Week player involved maybe not a humongous rating upgrade, but a playstyle plus that matches their real life performance. And it also shows if EA are actually watching these games, or they just who scored a goal this week. Oh, he put one in, put him in the team.
That's true. That's true.
But that'll be quite interesting. But we know promo wise there'll be no Footmas. Hasn't been around for ages. But what we have got for winter is a new holiday update. It's been the biggest update I'd say so far for the fact they've actually made changes that needed to be made. What are your first thoughts on this update? Because we wrote about it already, we gave our thoughts, we've played the game. Finally, it feels like 71 depth has been nerfed, which means we can now start playing through the middle, which I know you're very happy about. So yeah, what are your thoughts on the update?
I think there's been a few little changes. I don't think it's done as much as EA said it would. You can play through the middle. It is possible now, which is good. It's definitely difficult, which I don't mind because I've been playing that way for a year, so I can sort of do that. I still think the 71 depth, it's been nerfed, but it's still that people still use it, and it can be annoying. But when you play through it, you can finally play through it, which is a real positive. The finesse shot plus nerf is annoying. Yeah. Because I've got Hansen, and she was scoring a lot of finesses for me, and she's not scoring that many anymore.
I have Salah, Rapinoe, and Son, who are all finesse shot plus. So yeah.
So I am definitely feeling that. Overall, I think it's positive. It's definitely moving in the way that I would want it to move. I still think that finishing is far too random.
Yes.
It's not consistent enough. And I think they didn't need to nerf Playstyle Plus because it makes those players really worthwhile to have in your team and it gives them a differentiator. So I don't understand why they've done that. Overall, I think it's a step in the right direction, but I still think there needs to be more consistency in the finishing.
I definitely agree with the finishing side of it. I like that there was more than one way to score goals. You could do finesse shot plus. Another one that I found was really good this year was headers from crosses, aerial plus, power header plus. That was also affected with the update. Headers are awful now. I don't know if you've noticed it, but I have Katoto in my team, who she isn't the tallest player anyway, but she has play styles around power heading. Her jumping's good. Ever since the update, she does not win a thing, and it makes it really difficult to score goals. Finesse shot plus, I feel like when you're around the box, it still works all right, but if you ever take a shot from distance, the chance of that going in has been dropped massively. And it does seem like the only way to definitely guarantee a goal is annoyingly sprint down to the byline, cut it back, which is frustrating. With the 71 depth, what I will say is I still feel like it's quite aggressive. I still feel like it works, but what I've noticed is that when I have used it, the player's stamina drops a lot quicker now.
You are vulnerable as well.
I was saying it was what I described it as was it was blurring the lines between like a meta and a glitch because players were pressing relentlessly without losing stamina. I remember a few years ago, maybe like FIFA 18, constant pressure, the tactic was really OP. They nerfed that halfway through the year, so players would drop in stamina. It's a bit similar to that, but there's still ways to use it. I do like how the midfield is more open, like you said, but it still feels like it's compared to what they said would happen. It hasn't been a major change, but it's a step in the right direction. We've got some people in the chat again. We got Stasha Chef saying hi, sup. Hello, Stasha. How you doing? Beat 'em up Dom says the SBCs I've done lots of 83 plus times 10 is always fodder, never a usable player. Yeah, I can sort of agree. I think again it's a pack, so it's just purely down to luck. I've had a few of those that have been really good. I've had a few where the highest rated player I've got is 84. So they can be frustrating. And I have roads that are knockouts. Bruno Fernandes, Saka, and Modric. 3 are excellent. That's a really good team. Yeah, Modric. Nice. I hate playing against him. He can score from anywhere. And I think Modric has a Trivela plus playstyle, which I'll actually say in the update. For me, Trivelas have become really OP again.
The new meta.
They're the sort of the new meta. I'd say. I wrote in my review of the new update, which you can check out on the Mera Gaming website. I wrote that the Trivela, I had a game in particular when I was testing out this new update that ended 5-4. I think 8 of the 9 goals were Trivela shots from both players. But there's only a few players that have Trivela Plus, so if you can
Yeah.
get your hands on them, then I'd say you're
Yeah.
sorted for a while.
Just on the comment about the 83 plus 10s, I feel like quite sneaky for me to do this, but like they're doing similar sort of upgrade SBC packs, which look fine on the surface. Oh yeah, 8310, fine. But because of the amount of new players with the women being added into the game, there's a much lower pack weight than in previous years, and I think that EA need to increase whether they do. If they were going to do an 8310 last year, they need to do an 8410. They need to do like one better. They need to make it better for players because at the moment, I've seen 8310s that have 10 83s.
Yeah.
And like, or I've seen some that have like one walkout. And in the past, that would have been like a decent pack, but like now it's just. Yeah, so I think that's a bit something that have done,
when you add in
which you
5
don't think about.
women's leagues that have a load of 83, 84 rated players, you're just increasing that pool, which is going to be bring the pack weight down. Yeah, you got to compromise with it. And also I think they're quite smart because what I do like is the Team of the Week SBCs that are constantly out, the Team of the Week player picks. It's a good way to use your fodder, I think, putting it into the Team of the Weeks, put it into 83 times 10, and you can sort of recycle that. Without really putting money into packs. I quite like that. Got Ryan in the chat. Hi everyone. Hi Ryan. I hope they start making more lower rated cards usable. Also, I hope the winter promo is like winter wildcards. That was great. We probably will see a winter wildcards promo again. I think that's been around the last 2 years now. I think, and I think both years it's been quite successful. It was not last year, the year before. They had the swaps event that ran alongside it. Again, I said before, I don't know if they're still going to be doing swaps of events. We haven't seen one in quite a while. No. I do think the storyline objectives now have replaced it, but I like the swaps events. I wish they brought this back, the player token ones, definitely. And with the lower rated cards, it's more the evolutions of the promos, like we saw with the Centurions one that we mentioned earlier. I'd love to see more things like that. If EA are going to be releasing so many 84 rated cards and promos that are going to be packable, there should be a way to upgrade those a bit.
100%.
But you can't have it all.
100%. Can I just mention something very like a bit off topic here? But like with the players that are pluses, I really feel like goalkeepers have been shafted a bit this year because they don't get a playstyle plus, and it would have been really interesting to see. Like, for example, ter Stegen or Allison or Edison get like a sweeper keeper playstyle plus where they have like boosted passing.
Yeah, definitely.
And like, I think they've really missed out on that.
Yeah, I've never actually thought about that until you mentioned that they haven't got playstyle pluses for goalkeepers, which
no, they're just playstyles.
There are you could easily do that. A lot of keepers are special with their like they have speciality sort of when they play with their feet, like you said, Anana, Addison, Edison, Stegen, reactions, claiming crosses, and all different things like that. And I also think keepers have been a bit shafted with the fact you can't turn them into the you can't put them into the red evolution.
Yeah, that's savage.
Yeah, it's just sort of left them out.
Savage. Yeah.
Oh, poor goalkeepers. They get it's in real life and in a game they're just a bit ignored sometimes, aren't they?
Absolutely. Yeah, but yeah, I just thought because that's something that I'd really like to see. But hey,
Beating Dom says, I've never spent a penny on the game. 2 forwards are road to the knockout. Pedro and Cantona up front.
Ooh.
But getting Cantona took me 4 times doing the Icon SBC. Yeah, that's how it is. It's a roulette at the end of the day of who you're going to get. But it's good to see you're building a good team without putting money into the game because it's possible. It's definitely possible.
I opened my Foot Champs Rewards this morning and I got so many dupes that I had to do the Icon SBC because I had so many high-rated players in dupes. So I did one. I got 90 Del Piero.
Ooh, that's a good pull. That's a really
which
good
is a
pull,
really good pull.
Yeah.
So I've now got 3 icons. I've got the 90 Del Piero with finesse shot plus actually.
Yeah, he's like 250, 200k.
Yeah,
that's a good.
250k. Yeah. So I don't know what about. I'm having really good luck this year, so I hope that it carries on.
I hope I get it soon.
I'll keep,
with the update, you said you played Champs this weekend. What did you think of it? Did it feel different at all, or did it just sort of feel the same?
Sit back is still a bit OP. I think people with 5 at the back, and sort of just letting because I think the power curve is still very much on the defenders at the moment. They've got the power in they've got the sort of initiative. I do think, especially with the finishing that's inconsistent and the finish shot plus now you can't score outside the box really unless you green time it. I do think that the defenders are overpowered in comparison to the attack. I think the balance is still not quite there, but I think in terms of like midfield play, I think there's definitely you can really see that there's a skill gap there with people that know how to play that sort of quick passing football. But I think the football in the two boxes is still a bit inconsistent for me, and I just wish it would go more onto like who can be the better attacker rather than who can be the better defender. That would just make the game more fun for me. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Well, I think now we'll jump into a quick game, actually. We'll put it to the test, see how the update feels. But right before that, we're going to take a quick 1-minute break. So stick around. We'll be back in just a second. Here we go. Oh, what's happening here? The gameplay is not appearing. Right, well, we'll get that sorted now. 1 second. Okay, here we go. We got into the game. Bit of technical issues there, but we're back in now. Okay, so we're going to head into Ultimate Team. Sort out this frame in the bottom corner really quick, so you can see just me. And we're going to jump into a quick game of Ultimate Team to show you what this new game feels like, the new draft. Right, we'll go straight into a game of Rivals, I think. Give it a go, see how it goes. Have a look at the chat. Hello, Nathan in the chat. Nathan's had to dip out, but it's cool. The show goes on. Beat him up down. I call foot champs, fodder awards, lol. Finish on 11 wins. Yeah, I tend to try and go for 11 wins usually when I'm playing. This is the team we're currently working with. I did the Aubameyang and the Adama Traore SBC. I've not liked them. Traore feels really clunky in game, I think. Let me know if you've used him as well, because I know he's quite a popular SBC, but whenever I come up against a Traore, I just think in my head, oh, it's fine, because he causes no problem. But yeah, this is the team we're currently working with. I've put Salah into my red evolution, so that's why he's currently as an evolution card. Unfortunately, Ballack won't be getting any more upgrades. Bayer Leverkusen drew their last game, but Joe Gomez should be 87 rated soon. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Regarding the champs rewards, beat him up, Dom. I'll just call you Dom, make it easier. About the champs rewards, Dom, I fully agree with you. I think the new player picks they have, rather than red rewards, has ruined it a bit. I think now at this point in the game, they should change it to the player picks being special cards only from past promos. It just makes it a bit more interesting. No gold cards apart from a few, like Mbappe and Bateas, are really worth playing champs for anymore, I think. And yeah, defenders are a bit OP still. Yeah, 93 pace Pedro can be caught by a 79 pace Varane. It's always been this way, annoyingly, hasn't it? You get these OP defenders who just will always catch up to your good players. But yeah, we're going to jump into a quick game of Ultimate Team. See how the game feels. But yeah, has anyone's used that Traore? Give me a shout. Let me know, because am I doing something wrong with him?
Hello,
Do you think he looks worth it?
And
Who
no
knows?
problems at all on the weather front.
Right, here we go.
As we get ready for this match.
I tend to play
I'm Derek
on
Ray on the
defensive,
commentary
which is a
gantry,
4-4-2
and delighted to be
formation.
joined as always by Stuart Robson. And we have action from foot rivals
This player,
coming your
Purse,
way.
rapid,
It's the old
having her and
boys
Backer on the same
versus the
side,
Ducks.
fantastic.
Well, thanks, Derek. The best coach I played under would always tell us before
Dom's
kick-off,
fine, mate.
earn the right to play.
Good to hear,
If you
good
can
to
win
hear.
your individual battles, outrun
So,
your opponent, eventually
I
you'll
tend
get the
to
space to
do
show
a lot
your
of finesse
ability.
shots.
I'm
with the
sure
new-
that's
with
being
the
echoed
update.
by the coaches here
Salah,
today.
yeah, he just blocked off by a plank. Everyone I play
And
seems to
here is
have
the
a
starting
Blanc
11
and Van
for the
Dijk
old
partnership.
boys.
It just
Peter
seems the most
Schmeichel
common one
begins
by
in
far,
goal.
and
Vincent
I can't
Kompany
lie.
plays
I don't think I
alongside
can forgive
Lucio
EA
in
for
central
releasing a
defence.
blank
And in this
SBC
tactical
like
setup,
that
they have
for
just
that
the
cheap
one
so
player
early
in
on into
attack.
the game. Right, let's give her a heading
Options
test.
in the
Come
middle.
on.
Wonderful
Oh,
chance.
what a finish!
Tremendous goal.
I haven't used him, but he caused me problems at the time. Yeah, I mean, the thing is with Traore, you just know what people are going to do with him. You know they're just going to run to the byline, big touches, sprint, and just try and bully their way through. So once you figure that out, it's quite easy to defend. Basha, everyone has Basha as well. I got Basha, so I can't complain too much. But perfect start here, 1-0 up. Katoto has been fantastic since I brought her into
The
the team
Ducks
as well.
moving the ball forwards. What can they do from here?
Oh, he's got Stoichkov in there.
Beckham. And angling
That's
it back.
one more, sorry.
And
Yeah.
a goal!
Van
And
Dijk
it's
and
a
Maldini is
red
my
flag.
centre-back pairing.
And
I was
they
lucky to
won
back him.
behind
That sounds like some pretty impressive team.
Well, here we can see it again.
I've been using
He's
Van
shown
Dijk
outstanding
on
vision
loan
to find the perfect
'cause
cutback,
of the loan
while the
item
movement
he
in the
has.
box is equal to it. It's such good timing.
But I
What
don't
a
know.
goal.
I don't know how I feel about using loans all the time
Rapinoe.
because it's just like it's not a cheap way to
Now
play.
with Kompany.
But I can't afford Van Dijk. I can afford Van Dijk, but I got
Just a
Lucio.
decent looking
I've
attack
got.
here.
Oh, there we go. Get a good cross
The
in.
cross goes in. Might still be able to do a bit of damage.
Yeah, I managed to get company in
Making
the
sure nothing
Champions
came of
League
it. Giving it a
hero
try.
pack from the pre-order.
And just wide of the post. Decent
Lewis, they really
effort
missed an
there.
opportunity to release the McAllister brothers. Yeah, they did, and this is the problem. They released. Yeah, fair enough. I didn't know that. I did not know Mendy and Mendy were related. Those two Mendys at
Encouraging
all.
looking
That
move
was
from the
news to
old
me.
boys. And a
Okay.
goal!
See, Trivella
In the
OP.
lead
Trivella
again.
OP.
Fully
Toto once again. But yeah, there was so many different players. Is that a quit already? 2-1 up. Could I potentially use a sub? No, we'll stick with Lucio and company at the back. Right back is Walker and left back is Mendy. Yeah, that's a great team. So that's Walker, Mendy, Van Dijk, Maldini. You got Modric. You've got. I remember you mentioned some others. João Pedro, Cantona. That's a fantastic team. Fair play, Dom. Fair play. But yeah, I mean, as a Liverpool fan, I'm a bit annoyed they didn't use McAllister
So back underway.
to try and
2-1.
improve my Liverpool
Tight
team that
contest here.
I'm currently building. But like
Basha.
they released the leaks. They haven't released the leaks. There were some leaks about the team of the group stages. Potentially having Gravenberch in there, which would be good to see.
Well, that was incisive.
There you go again. Katoto just scores for fun.
Excellence at finishing.
Another
That's
Stravella.
the goal to see.
Katoto gets the third, 3-1 up. Could not
So
ask
on
for a
with the
better
action,
start here.
and 3-1 the scoreline at the moment.
I've also noticed that whoever I'm playing has Baka or Bacha.
What a perfect ball now. How about this? And a very
Has
good
Bacha
challenge.
and Beckham on the same side of the pitch, which is just whip cross galore. That.
Gayogo. Katoto.
Oh, what's happening there?
And they'll get ready for the throw-in.
3-1 up. This is the best seat. This could be the first win I've had on this channel. I can't lie. It's looking good so
Tevez.
far. If
Good
you've
work
watched any of
by
this
the old boys to
show
make sure
before, then you'll know
possession
that I
changed
tend
hands.
to not have the best luck playing these games. So yeah, let's see if we can pick up our first win. It's
Bellingham.
looking good so far. I don't know why I always lose on this channel, because I'm not an
Perfect
awful player, I'd
challenge.
say. I'm an alright player. I'm far from great, but I'm far from bad. So. Oh, Salah's run was a bit weird there.
Well, a good place to win it back, and let's see what it leads to. And a goal here!
Yes.
There it is! They've done it!
Toto's finishing is top tier. And after,
Well, it's been a
annoyingly,
masterclass
PSG
from the
women
old
didn't
boys
win
so
their
far,
second game,
and you sense it's
so
a
she's not
question
going to
of
get an
how many
upgrade
for
just
them.
yet. But she has 2 games to get 1 more win, which will make her
Selma
92
Basha.
rated, and give her 2 play styles as well. So I'm really looking forward to that one.
Stoichkov on the ball.
My Gomez should be upgrading soon to 87.
Clattered away.
You know what? He's not a really out-and-out right back, but I like him. I think he feels quite good. Who's
That's
this?
a
Let me
good
see him.
pass. And quick
Play that too
thinking
quickly.
defensively.
Did not trust the CEO to go through one-on-one then. I can't lie. I've used him before
Stoichkov.
in that situation on accident.
And Stoichkov
Never ends
has
well.
room to roam. The delivery. Can he finish
Company.
here? And it's a double for him in this
Company.
game. No way for the opposition
I don't know.
to
Questions
contain
got to
him.
be asked
And
about
no
him there.
wonder he's off celebrating.
Or even the Clark siblings and the
Well, here it
Academy
is
would
again,
have
and
been
what
good.
a
And then
perfect cross
Edison
into the box
twins,
this is.
Bellingham and
Just
Ramsey
inviting
brothers.
someone to
Yeah, the
attack it,
Ramsey
but
brothers
he's
was a
still
good
got
shout
so
actually.
much work to do.
Bellingham's
Just
linked to
look at the
feature in
strength he
the
shows to hold
team
off
of the group
defender
stage promo,
and still get his shot
so
away.
that makes
That's
sense
a
to
really
why
good
he
finish.
Company again might not have been included, but there are loads of different, relationships, family relationships they could have included and didn't.
Selma Basha.
So yeah, it's a bit annoying that.
Pushkash. What a
Yeah,
block.
Company, questions have to be asked. I can't lie. For such a tall, big guy, he doesn't win a lot of headers. I'll say that
Oh,
now. He doesn't win
disappointing
a lot of
clearance.
headers.
And the keeper more than equal to the task. He's having quite the game for himself. Save after save
That's
after
poor.
save. Free kick
I'll
awarded
take
then
that
by the
free kick.
referee.
Don't actually know what it was for, but I'll take it. Ooh, playing with fire
Megan Rapinoe.
here.
And the ball
Who's
in
this?
behind the defenders.
I'm like, oh, that touch was
And
really
unable
good.
to keep possession.
I'm gutted that Balak's upgrade won't come through now. His final upgrade. I did it. I literally
Inching
only
towards
did
the
it because
interval,
I needed a
and it's
midfielder.
going with home
and
advantage. Stuart,
in my
as
head,
always, very
Leverkusen were
keen to
definitely
get
going to
your
get 3
take.
wins. But
Yes, it's been a really
Drawn
energetic
to,
display from them so
annoyingly.
far. The passing's been sharp, the movement from the front
this
players
is
has
good.
been excellent, and the finishing has been clinical. They will certainly be happy going in at
Come on,
half-time.
Company. Hey, yeah, win
And
ahead,
stopping the
folks.
danger. Nice looking pass.
Who's this? Okay, good cross. No, that was a pretty
It's
poor
got
cross.
to be. Oh, it's a superb
2-1.
challenge. Very timely.
This guy, whoever I'm playing, has a pretty good team. A lot of icons.
Real chance.
Oh.
Well was that.
Quick question.
Inches
I got an
away.
Evo card. I put it on Cantona and turned him red, like Foot Champions colour. Yeah, like Nathan says, I think it's just it's a physical
Stoichkov.
face thing. It looks
And the
better. I
cross
think.
didn't beat
Gives
the
it a
first
red
man.
look. But
There
no,
will
it
be
doesn't give
1
it any
minute
upgrades
added
or
on
anything.
at the end.
It just makes it untradeable. So if your
Salah.
Cantona was tradable, he'd now be
Bashar.
untradeable. And if it was a live Cantona, it might stop upgrading. But I think EA may have fixed that.
The first half here comes to an end.
Yeah, like Nathan says there, just don't do it on a live card if they'll stop getting upgrades. I think EA might have fixed that because that was their own fault. But yeah, I'd avoid maybe doing that just to be safe. Half time, 4-2 up. Happy with that half. Yeah, wasn't too bad. Did alright. Yeah, my red Evo is going to be Salah. Again, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I didn't want to put it on a special card because I quite like having different card designs in my team. So I thought, why not put it on a gold card? And he's the only one that I really play regularly in my team. Even though I was speaking so badly about the triple threat promo earlier, Kakare off the bench as a DM is solid. He's really, really good. Yeah, I'm a big fan of him. Is there any like low-rated sort of, maybe I guess, unheard of players that any of you use in your teams who you think are quite good?
Well,
Because
we're back underway
for me,
here,
I'd say
and the Ducks
Kakare,
know full well
for me, is like a
they've
hidden
got
gem.
to improve.
He's like discard price. He plays so well in game. He always is good. And obviously Marcus Llorente's gold card. It's the one evolution I regret
Just
not
the
doing
challenge that
because,
was required.
his card's fantastic. Oh, that was bad.
Oh, very effective play, and they might be onto something. Good-looking ball.
Oh, Joey Gomez.
Well, the counter chance looks very real. Philippe
He
Lam.
used 86 Liao.
And the Ducks
Oh,
pushing
I
forward
hated
with
playing
options
against Liao.
available.
He was so hard to defend against.
Could pull one back here.
Say,
And
oh,
fine
it's offside, it's
goalkeeping.
fine.
In it goes.
I have a
But it
first
will
own
not
team,
stand.
and Adama feels clunky,
Offside,
stick
Stuart.
an engine on him.
Well, it looked close,
You
didn't it?
should
He
turn
certainly
twist
thought
more
so.
smooth.
He's making
Yeah, I'll
that
give
clear
that a
to the
go. Thanks for the
linesman
tip, because yeah, I don't know. I've got a I'm not sure what chem styles on him currently. It wasn't anything to do with pace
The
because
referee's
he's
letting
got
it
enough
go
of that.
as they keep the ball.
Let's not be silly, but
Salah. And playing it through.
onside.
Genuine chance. Well, not the easiest of saves,
Yeah,
but
I'll
you'd
give an
expect
engine
him
a
to
go,
stop
but
it.
not get on him already. Yeah, 86 Liao.
They're trying to
First
get
few
right
weeks of the
into his
game, when
face.
he was like 150k.
Lam.
I used to hate playing against him. He was so hard to defend.
Jude Bellingham.
So difficult, but he's just the body type he has is perfect for this game. Just suits it so well. What's a tackle?
Determined defending. Rapino.
Right, that's fine. It's a bit wide, I don't know what I thought, but
Mo Salah. Oh, he looks threatening.
what are you doing?
Safe pair of hands.
What's that little
Did
hop
his
he did?
job. What's the keeper doing here?
Go on,
Miles
finesse
from
pass.
goal.
See, doesn't work
she
anymore.
nearly found the target.
Doesn't work anymore. Dom says finish short range and will help him for short. Yeah, I think to be fair, I was using him more as a right mid than a striker. I know a lot of people are using him as striker, but he hasn't. He got like 70
And
something
Sloppy in
shooting.
possession from
Or
the
am I
Ducks.
being stupid?
Grasgeoro. Salah. Really
Offside.
nice ball. And the
Yeah,
flag has gone up
offside.
here. Offside the decision.
But the one that surprised me the most was the Aubameyang radioactive, because Aubameyang, whenever you use him in the past,
Carlos
he's
Tevez
always felt really good,
Getting into
quite
position
quick.
to collect it. And a
I
good
don't know,
challenge
he
to
just-
bring
he
that
just couldn't
attack
do
to an
anything
end.
right. I'll straight back to him. We'll make some subs in a minute.
Well, the defenders know they need to get tighter. Can't really allow runs like that. Oh,
Good
a
block.
tremendous
Right,
block.
let's make some subs.
The out-
Bring on some of my hidden gems. Kudus is R1 dribbling is so nice to play with. We'll Son up top. We'll try Son up top. Llorente is a great backup right back. Kakare, like I said, just sees out a game, and we'll save us up as well. At striker, put a finisher. On the wing, give him an engine. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, definitely. Again, you just feel like he would be great, but I don't know. I found him so easy to defend against,
Is a goal kick here.
and just so hard to play with. I just don't think
to make a
he suits
personnel
my play
change
style.
at this
Maybe I'm
juncture.
not sure. I'll have to I might give him a go at striker because
Mohamed Kudus.
I liked I really liked Darwin
He was
Núñez's
in the right
evolution
place
card that I
to
had,
intercept.
and he was quite like a tall, big build striker. So
Beckham.
with pace.
On the ball,
So I'll give
Ballack.
that a go. How good's Future 8? It's only his loan card. I was struggling a bit in
There's 20
champs,
minutes remaining
and
now.
I put him on the bench, but I never actually got around to using him. He's got 20 games, so I might give him a go
Now, room
next,
to roam
next
on the
champs.
wing
But
for the old
that
boys.
high pace and high dribbling, it looks
And
fantastic.
nicely struck.
There you go. Finesse shot
what
plus still
an
works.
astonishing goal.
Should we gritty? Oh, he's snapping. He's going to quit. They're going to quit, I think. There we go. Well, I think that might be the first win we've actually had on this series. Nathan always tends to beat me. We've played some viewers in the past, and they always tend to beat me. But first win in Rivals, 5-2, fully deserved, I think. Yeah, let's say fully deserved. Yeah, 1.6 XG, but we'll take it. But yeah, that is all we have time for today. So thank you very much to everyone who's watched. This has been Press to Play. We are live every single Monday at 4 PM GMT, so come check us out next week. If you like what you've seen today, drop a like on this and subscribe for anything in the future. On Wednesday, Mirror Gaming will be back with the walkthrough where we speak about everything in gaming, not just FC24. So come check that out, 4 PM GMT on Wednesday. But thanks again for watching. Thanks to everyone in the comments, Dom, Nathan, Ryan. It's been great chatting to you all, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.